So growing up, I didn't really like have tons of friends. Like I think at most I would just have like one best friend and then like other friends that I would just hang out with sometimes. But for the most part, I was never a person who was super social and had a lot of friends. I feel like a lot of people were very hard to get along with. Um, and just, I don't know, growing up, I this is gonna sound kind of baby mean, but growing up I was like a gifted kid, so like I was smarter than a lot of other people, supposedly. That's what they told me. Um, but I feel like that kind of gave me a false sense of superiority over people, which again sounds like a dick when I say it out loud like that, but that's just kind of how I felt. Um, and so a lot of times there would be people that were probably great people and that I would like to be friends with, but again, at the time when I was like in elementary school, I just felt like we wouldn't get along because I'm smarter than them. Sounds like a dick thing to say, but that's what it is. That's what it is. And junior high hits, and I'm not technically gifted anymore. I feel like I didn't fit in with a lot of the smart kids in my junior high school. I also just didn't fit in with a lot of kids. I was heavy into my emo phase at this time. Any friends I tried to make would literally, be like, what the fuck? Why is she so emo? And like stuff like that. Like it was not a vibe. And I did find some friends throughout my junior high experience, which was great, but I kind of fell off with a lot of them, with all of them pretty much. And then high school was weird because high school, I kind of perks of being a wallflower to myself and was friends with my brother's friends for my freshman year. And then my sophomore year, I was pretty much just friends with Abby. I mean, I still had some other friends at the time. And then junior year, I stopped being friends with my friendship of 8 years. I stopped being friends with her, and I kind of, while I did again have a group of friends, I just felt very secluded within that group of friends. And this has been a common theme that I've noticed throughout my entire life mostly, is even if I'm in a group of friends, I'm always like somehow, some way separated from the rest of them. Like I always feel like there's just a wall between me and everybody that I try to socialize with. And sometimes that wall turns physical when I go to parties and everyone is standing in a circle talking, and then I try to go for the circle and then it closes and then I'm not in it and I'm excluded. It's also been witnessed by not only myself but my boyfriend at parties. People just all kind of tend to vacate the areas that I'm in. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm just not catching on to like the cues of, hey, we're getting ready to go to this other room, or we're getting ready to go do something, or if I'm just that hard to be around that people just kind of leave. And luckily I've gotten to a point where like that, it still bothers me, but it just depends on who I'm with, because if I'm at like a super big party, not everyone's gonna vacate the room regardless. But I've had this incident happen to me like 2 months ago now, and it's just been playing on repeat, where it's like I feel like every time I go hang out with a group of people, or even just individual people sometimes, but if I go and hang out with a group of people, I'm still not like connecting with them. Like I still feel like there's some separation between us, and it's kind of frustrating because I want to be close with people and I want close friends, but I feel like it's super hard for me to get on that level with people. And it doesn't help that I've noticed I'm a little bit more of a kind of standoffish person. I've been told that I'm standoffish and that I don't interact with people, or that I'm, not confident enough to interact with people, which is also fair, but I don't try to socialize. I don't tend to socialize with people. It's not part of my nature. I admire people who can just walk up to a random person and be like, hey, you're my friend now. We're having soft tacos later. That was funny. but I'm not that kind of person. I don't understand how people can just do that. I don't know, I just feel weird doing it. And then when people like try and do it to me, I just sit there and I'm like, oh fuck, this person's talking to me. What am I supposed to say? So, I don't know, I've been feeling like I, especially recently, just don't have the friends that I think I do. And I get it, it's a two-way street, but a lot of my friends these days pretty much only come to me when they're having problems, and once I either talk them through it or I just like support them through it, then they're gone again. And you know, I heard this lovely little song, spoken word poem, a while ago called Bouquet. I forgot who it's by. Let me go look actually. And I don't know if I can play it in the video because it might be copyrighted, but it's called, do I not know how to spell bouquet? 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 Bouquet. Okay, I spelled it wrong. By Ethan Jewell. And in the poem, he's basically saying like, I have all these flowers and, you know, someone's having a bad day, so I give them a flower. And it makes up both of our days were great. And then this person also needs a flower, so I give them another one of my flowers. And it's like basically about this guy who just gives away all of his flowers and then he has like nothing left. And then obviously he meets somebody and like they give him his flowers back. But besides the point, the first part of that whole poem is about flowers and how you give all of your flowers away to help the people around you feel better, but then you're left with nothing. And that's pretty much the summary of all of my friendships ever in my life, because I feel like a lot of it is just me being there for people and not having that in return. And I get it, you know, there was a good fat fucking minute in my life where I just wouldn't talk about my shit going on because I just didn't feel like they would care anyways, so I kind of don't talk to people about things because of that. But I do feel like I'm in a place where I'm trying to be more open with people, but unfortunately I waited too long and now those same people don't bother caring about me like that because they're kind of used to me just like handling my own shit and going on with my day, which I do. But it does get exhausting and it does feel very isolating and very lonely, which brings me to why I kind of revamped and started my YouTube channel again, because I feel like at the end of the day no one wants to listen to my shit. So what better way for me to get it out than just talk to a camera and then I can post it and then call it a day. So I kind of just wanted to restart my YouTube channel because I just wanted that outlet of talking to somebody, even though I'm not talking to anybody at the moment. I'm talking to a camera, which then turns into talking to whoever watches my videos, which is not a lot of people, so it feels safe to do. But that is my ramble about my friendships in my life, where I feel like a lot of my friendships are heavily one-sided in the ways they shouldn't be, and that they're not sided at all in the ways that they should be. That made zero sense. Basically, what I'm saying is my friendships feel one-sided, that I make most of the effort to most of the time, but they're also very one-sided where I feel like I'm being used most of the time instead. Yeah, I don't know. I'm chilling, I'm doing my thing. But I feel like I've gotten better with it. Alcohol helps, very much so. I hope to never have to go to a party that's dry ever again, because once I start drinking, then I don't give a fuck if people talk to me or not. I am in my own world. I'm having so much fun regardless, until I get too drunk and then I start crying. But that's also besides the point. Alcohol makes my life easier when it comes to parties and friends and stuff like that. So that's kind of all I have for you today. This was such a random video, but I've just had like the urge to talk about it. On the off chance that any of my friends do see this video, that kind of lets y'all know how I'm feeling. I guess don't take it personally unless you feel called out, in which you probably should be. yeah, that's it. Bye.